evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mulling League Spike Magazine Trophy. It's week number 2, the final game of week 2 in this second competition of the season, and we got a bashy one for you tonight. Tonight it's going to be Cenozoic Park versus Juxtaposed Juggernauts, Nick Satan versus War Horsemen, Lizards versus Chaos Renegades. Let's take a look at the standings here in week number 2. Currently in first place in Division A is Dead Fred's Real American Heroes, Yo-Joe. The Dark Elf team 1-1-0 is their record. In second place, SB versus the Dead Poets, an Undead team 1-1-0 is their record. And close behind, up tonight in third place, the Juxtaposed Juggernauts, coached by War Horseman, Chaos Renegade team currently undefeated after their win in week number 1. And over in Division B, the White Skull Windbreakers, Doug the Minotaur, the league champion. His Orc team in first place, 1-1-0 is their record, tied with Mr. Yuck. Tied with Mr. Yuck. Venger's team, the return of Venger here. Nurgle team, 1-1-0 is their record as well. And then Eric, Elphitis Australis, newcomer to the league, third place with their Wood Elf team, 1-1-0 is their record as well. Very tight in Division B, going into week number 3. Knowing is half the battle. First up, let's take a look at the home team. Cenozoic Park coming in at TV at 1,210,000 gold. We'll have a full 11-player roster. Richard Attenborough, the Crocs, 6 blockers, as you do. 3 of the skinks, and picked up what I believe is the first chameleon we've seen in the league. New to BP 2020 rules, picked up Joseph Mazalo, the number 10 chameleon skink. We'll talk about that in just a minute. 3 fan factor, just 2 rerolls, 1 apothecary. He's going to be up against the Juxtaposed Juggernauts tonight. They are a Chaos Renegade team, and they're coming in at TV of 1,240,000 gold this evening. That's 30,000 gold given back to Cenozoic Park in the inducement phase. Not a whole lot he can do with that, so it's really going to come down to the pieces and good old standard Blood Bowl this evening. A 12-player roster has the 3 big guys on this team. Chaos Renegades, of course, can field not 1 but 3 big guys. A whole bunch of human linemen, picked up a Skaven and an Orc as well. 2 dedicated fans, 2 rerolls as well, 1 apothecary. How are the 2 teams going to play tonight? Let's take a look at this team first. 3 big guys, right? That's really the star of a Chaos Renegade team. Has a Minotaur, has an Ogre, has a Rat Ogre. Strength 5, of course, on all 3 of them. 2 of those are Frenzy players. All of them have Mighty Blow. Being big guys, they all have Negatraits as well. For the Minotaur and the Rat Ogre, that Negatrait is going to be a 4+ when they take their action, unless it's a block or a blitz, and otherwise it'll be a 2+. For the Minotaur, if they fail that die roll, they lose their action. For the Rat Ogre, if they fail that die roll, they have to beat up an adjacent friendly player. If they do, they can continue to take their action. Otherwise, if they can't beat up an adjacent friendly player, they're going to lose their action. And then, of course, Grendel the Ogre is boneheaded. The Negatrait for the Ogre is you roll a d6 on a 2+, you're golden. On a 1+, you stare off into space and lose your tackle zones. That can be a big loss when you're using this big guy to exert tackle zones and control the pitch. Guard has been picked up on Grendel. He can level up the Minotaur. I don't know if he will or not. If he wants to level up this Minotaur this evening, he can do it. That's more TV that would be going back to Nick, but he can pick up something like Juggernaut. He's got the SPP for it right now. 6 SPP would pick up Juggernaut, which I think is a great pickup on that Minotaur with Frenzy, right? So long as you're blitzing, what you want to do with this Minotaur, he has horns. That's going to give him a +1 in strength on the blitz. So with an assist, probably getting a 3-die blitz with Frenzy. That's 6 dice. Juggernaut's going to make that both down result safe, meaning he can treat it as a push instead on the blitz. But he's also 1 point away from those mutations. Those mutations can be really important. If he wants to kit this Minotaur out as a kill player, he's probably looking to get claws, so he might hold back, wait for that extra SPP, spend the 12 to pick up Claw on that Minotaur, and Claw would treat all the AV as 8+. That would be a great pickup as well. Has Guard on the Ogre, I think that's not bad. And of course, the block skill on the Rat Ogre, not bad as well. Block a Seminal skill? Maybe not Seminal. A block is a basal, a basal skill in the game of Blood Bowl. It's a really important skill to have. and it makes your blocks a whole lot safer. He has 4 players with the block skill. Does have one of these Skaven players, fastest player on the team with an MA of 7. He has made a blodger out of them, and he's picked up an orc here as well. The orc trades a point of MA from these human linemen to gain, I said linemans, to gain an extra point of AV. But these 2 players here have animosity towards the rest of the team, which means if the ball is, if you want to get the ball in their hands, that could be tricky. It's not too risky, but the less dice you roll, of course, the better. With just 2 rerolls, he's going to have to be very mindful of his rerolls. He's going to be up against this lizard team that does outstrength him and does have more speed than him. The Skinks are going to have an MA of 8. The Sarses are going to have MA of 4. The Juxtaposed Juggernauts are going to have to leverage these big guys in every single one of these skills. He's going to have to make sure he's getting every bit of value out of these players. If a player costs 70k, it needs to mean something tonight, because it's going to come down to fundamentals. He needs to leverage those skills. He's going to have to play solid fundamental Blood Bowl, meaning on offense, he's going to have to protect that ball carrier, set up that pocket, try to crack open a hole, run it down the pitch. If you are on offense in the first half, you want to stall till turn 8. If you are on defense in the first half, you either want to force your opponent to score early, or you want to make sure they don't score at all. This is what the game's going to come down to tonight. These fundamentals. Cenozoic Park missing skills that he needs on these Sarses. Desperately needs the block skill on these Sarses. You can see he's trying. He's got SPP across the board here, but still doesn't quite hasn't quite picked up those skills. Sam Jackson does have the block skill. That'll be a big help for him tonight. He does have the block skill on the Crocs as well, which is a big help. Has a blodger in Trevor Morgan and a sneaky get in Ty Simpkins. Nick Satan needs to do the same thing here. Needs to be leveraging that sneaky get, try to get the player advantage if he can. Those Sarses, he needs to be using that strength to his advantage, ensuring that he is getting at least a 2-die block. If he can crank out a 3-die block, all the better. It's going to be difficult without guard. He's got the Crocs, of course, who'll be able to control pitch, has Mighty Blow, might be able to take out a player as well. The Skinks, though, are who need to be free. They are going to be the ball carriers. The Sarses, they can get marked and locked down. Look at this. AG5+ means they're going nowhere if they're marked. War Horseman needs to understand that, needs to know when to mark these Sarses, needs to know when to take the blocks on the Sarses, needs to know when it's okay to just have the mark and be cool with it, because the Saurus won't be going anywhere unless he spends the blitz on it. The Skinks, of course, will be a target. They'll have a target on their back. If the Juxtaposed Juggernauts can take a 2-die on a Skink, can knock down a Skink, can remove a Skink, he wants to do that because these are the ball carriers for this team. Nobody else can effectively handle the ball on a lizard team. Now, Nick Satan has picked up the Chameleon Skink instead of a fourth standard Skink runner, and that's trading 1 MA for 1 passing trait. We'll see how effective it is. I don't think he cares about this so much as he does these traits here. So he still has a dodge, still has stunty, but what he has here is shadowing, okay, fine, but really he has on the ball. On the ball is going to give him a 3 movement on a pass or a kick. Now, maybe there won't be a pass tonight, but there will be kicks tonight, and this is going to be some extra movement he can get out of this Chameleon and try to get him into position. Again, for Nick Satan, it comes down to fundamentals. Using the Sarses, knowing when to block. 2-die blocks without the block skill are a lot more risky than they sound. Nick Satan needs to understand when to take those blocks, when not to take those blocks. He can get the skill advantage, control the pitch with all that strength that he has, while still being able to have some Sarses get mobile and protect his Skinks, who, if they're removed, he's going to have nobody left to carry the ball. Kill the Skinks, win the game. That's right. I tell you, I love all these pitches in Blood Bowl 3, man. It's cool. Hey! That doesn't look safe. There's so many... I mean, look at that. You're going to trip on that right at center pitch. That's a hazard. Four fan factor for Cenozoic Park. 3 for the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. Those skinks are stunting and have dodge. War Horseman's going to have to be careful of leaving the defense a little too thin. He needs to ensure that these skinks aren't going to get behind him, and if he does, he's got that Skaven player in the secondary that can at least tag them for a turn to set up for the 2-die block. Juxtaposed Juggernauts are going to set up on defense to start this game. 2 rerolls a pop as well. Reroll management is going to be important in this game. 2 is a little light, and once you run out of rerolls, the odds of all of your die rolls are very, very different. Three-player defensive line here. Put all 3 of the big guys into the linebacker position. Wants to try to keep them mobile. Of course, has that Blodger Skaven back as the free safety. 3-player line for Cenozoic Park. Well, 5-player line, really. Has a tight end on the left, two wide ends. Pulled one off and put them into a back position. Now 5 on the line. Von Rusa asks, does the defense have any tackle? They do not. They do not. That's why War Horseman's going to have to be really careful about those skinks. Just if he leaves like a 1-space dodge in the defensive line, a skink is going to... Nick Satan's really not going to have any problem dodging that skink through. And remember, the skinks have MA of 8, so they don't have to get too far down the pitch. Just 3 spaces across the line of scrimmage, and a skink's in scoring position. And here's the kick. Deep kick by the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. Changing weather is going to remain the same. However, the ball's going to scatter in extra space. Could have been a touchback. Was not a touchback. It's going to scatter to the 18-yard line. And now 2-die block on the right defensive end. It's going to be a push. Pushes into another 2-die block. Gets the pal here. Took that first block with the Saurus blocker that has the block skill. This is good action order. That's a lot safer than the 2-die block without the block skill. Now 2-die on the left side. The left defensive end. They get knocked down here, looking for a 9+. And he's got it. What a way to start the game. 1-man player advantage on that injury unless the apothecary is spent, and I imagine he won't be. And there it is. Hank the Ranger, thank you so much for the sub. 10 months. I appreciate it. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you. Three-plus pickup by Trevor Morgan is successful. Sets up a pocket of skinks. Pocket, the undefeatable pocket of skinks. Two-die block in the left wide zone. Breaks armor. Gets another removal here. KO. Well done. 2-man player advantage for Cenozoic Park here in turn number 1. BB Nut, good evening. Welcome to the stream, sir. 20 seconds left on the clock here for Cenozoic Park. Trying to keep their offense wide here so the defense can't encircle it and stop it dead in its tracks. Turn 1 now for the Juggernauts. Two-die blitz to get things started by that rat ogre. Gets a push. Frenzy follow-up here into a 1-die. You got to be careful with Frenzy. He did get the POW out of this, though. Does have Mighty Blow. Breaks armor. Got the removal. Holy moly. Started off the turn with a blitz on the big guy. 1-die push. Has Frenzy. Has to follow up and block again, but found himself situated with a 1-die block. You do have to be careful with Frenzy. Frenzy requires you to follow up and block again after the first block if it's push. Was able to break armor and removed that that important piece. Every piece important on this Lizard team. I guess every piece is important on any team, but got rid of one of those strength 4 pieces. Turn 2 now, back to Cenozoic Park. If that die roll wouldn't have worked out, remember these big guys are all loners, so had he needed the reroll there, probably wouldn't have spent it at all. It would have been a null turn. But even if he did spend it, he'd have to get through the loner roll first. So double skulls on the first block of turn 2 for Cenozoic Park. They are going to spend the reroll here and get the knockdown on Boris, who is the right outer linebacker for the defense. Decided not to follow up and wanted to reposition, take the mark in a different at a different angle. Didn't want to give a 1-die coming back on that SARS. Shifts 2 players off the line. It's going to pull them to the right. Pretty deep pocket here for Cenozoic Park. Advances Ariana Richards forward to the 4. Trevor Morgan, the ball carrier, is going to advance to the 6. And the sneaky get Ty Simpkins is going to be in front of the ball carrier. Turn 2 now, back to the Juggernauts. More horsemen. If he can find a way to force Cenozoic Park here to take a risky action first, he can try to remove that final reroll from the team. BBNut asks, did you play earlier? I did. I played earlier. I played immediately after I stopped working. And it was a draw. 1-1 draw. Rat Ogre blitz on Sam. Neil gets the pal. Breaks armor. Got a stun out of it. SB Beaver says, nothing like relaxing after work with a little murder ball. It's kind of a dud day today. I didn't get a whole lot. I mean, how do you measure get a lot done, right? Like, I did work. It didn't lead me to the progress that I wanted. It's true, no one got murdered. That is true. Not a single murder all game. Juggernauts now getting in tight on the cage here. Must be a little careful that these players don't get tied up for a turn and be left. If these players get tied up for a turn, that's 16 spaces that a skink will be able to move. BP Nut says, nothing like relaxing after work by letting Nuffle decide your mood. Well said. Turn 3 now after the push for Cenozoic Park. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know a lot of this, but failed the boneheaded roll here with the Crocs. Took that block with the Crocs. Really is going to have to keep that result there. And now that Crocs is not exerting any tackle zones. I don't know I don't know the human low TV versus Renegades mid TV matchup, other than don't die. That's really all I gathered. Just accept fate and die. Hank Rich says good constraint with big guys by War Horseman so far. Yes, indeed. Remember, all these big guys have some sort of nega trait, so you really need to know when you are rolling dice in this game, you want it to mean something. You don't want to just roll dice willy-nilly. You don't want to turn this into a casino. You want to have a reason for it. And with these big guys, it's all the more important that you figure out what that reason is and have a plan, have a strategy as to how that die roll can convert into some sort of benefit for you. Ball's going to cross the line of scrimmage and sit on that left sideline on the opposing 2-yard line. Boy, Ty Simpkins dodged away from that red ogre. Down pitch now. Ty Simpkins down pitch now. Spent the final reroll on this block. Took the one die on last dance. Got a push out of it. I don't know if that was worth it. SP Beaver says, can War Horseman throw any of his players? Nope. He can pick up a goblin, I believe, but he doesn't have one. Bonru asks, did either coach buy anything before this game? They did not. There wasn't a whole lot of money in petty cash. Pretty even, TV-wise. I think 30K. Maybe that's a coach. Crafter41, welcome to the stream. He says they can take one goblin. Thank you, sir. Yeah, they can take a goblin. Goblins, of course, have the right stuff. Juggernauts repositioning here. They have a few players downfield here in the secondary. SB Beaver says, only one? That would only last a drive. Hey, you only need a drive if you're chucking that guy. If that pinpoint accuracy, you get that goblin, you throw that goblin right between the eyes of that cage player, of that ball carrier. Fail the unchanneled Fury roll here. We'll see if he re-rolls this or not. I imagine he may not. He's going to. Didn't get through the loner roll here. Spent the re-roll and has lost the action with the Minotaur. Blodger Skaven player is going to move down pitch. Fastest player on the Juggernauts there with an MA of 7. Failed the boneheaded roll with the Ogre. And now the Ogre, too, has lost its tackle zones. What's up at mid-pitch here? Everybody's just kind of spacing out. Failed the animal savagery test with the Rat Ogre here as well. And is going to have to beat up on his orc brethren. Failed all three mega trait rolls. Picked up that orc instead of the human lineman. Lost a point of movement, gained a point of AV. Maybe that's why he picked him up. It's just to be the punching bag for the Rat Ogre. Juggernauts into bonus time. Wow, another failed roll. 3 failed rolls in a row here for the Juggernauts. Failed the 3+ dodge. That's the lineman with block number 4. And now turn forward back to Cenozoic Park. They have the ball in the 2. Ball carrier is currently free. Richard Attenborough is going to get into the game here and takes a mark on Rizzo, the Renegade Rat Ogre. He's marking him from the 10-yard line. So he's between the Rat Ogre and the end zone. Cenozoic Park really moving down pitch here. It's turn 4. Gonna take a blitz here. It looks like he might try to stall this out near the end zone for the remainder of the half. Definitely doesn't want to score too early. Two-die blitz gets a push on that blodger. He's in front of the ball carrier now. Trying to set up a screen now to protect the ball carrier. Now the pocket is here. Is it a pocket if you're running? I guess it's not really a pocket anymore. Tarek79 says, is Castman car comparatively reliable as it doesn't lose tackle zones if it fails its dice? In that aspect it is, but it has to take a block or a blitz in order to make that die roll safe. So if they take a block or a blitz, they have to pass a 2+, otherwise it's a 50-50. They have to pass a 4+. So here, where the Minotaur doesn't have a block to take, the blitz would have to be spent on that Minotaur, or else you just have to pray to Nuffle that you get the coin flip you want. Not so trusty Patches says, it's a fortress of scales. Turn 4 now for the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. Final turn of the first quarter. Tie ball game currently. Satan real down pitch here. On the opposing 14-yard line, over in the left wide zone, well protected. He has a lot of MA. He could have hung out here, just kind of dancing for a few turns. But now if he wants to stall this out till turn 8, he's going to have to fight each turn. It's also going to limit his movement options. But he feels confident here. Run Bad, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Tark 70. Yeah, there's a lot of rules. I wrote, not to toot my own horn, but I wrote a little bot where you can check out all the skills in the game. I think it's ! skill and then the skill name. I don't know, SPB, yeah, there you go. So it's just a way, if you're new to the game, it's a way to get familiar with some of the skills and the traits. The traits are in there as well. 3-die blitz by Ferdinand, the Minotaur. Gets a push into a 2-die follow-up here. Gets the POW on this chameleon. It's going to be a 7+. There it is. Good removal. Good removal here by War Horseman. Frenzy follow-up got the POW. 7+ with Mighty Blow. Otherwise, it gets a +1 on the injury roll, and there it is. Fails the 3+ dodge here. I was going to say he's not going to spend the reroll, but he did. There's a bug in the game here, so this lineman is actually over here. Big guy pushed into a frenzy follow-up. Double pals on the Crocs. Can't break armor. Juggernauts down to 5 minutes, 25 seconds on the bonus clock. Turn 5 now for Cenozoic Park. Second quarter begins. Pushed real far here on in the first quarter. Now he's going to have to fight turn after turn if he wants to stall this out. Two die block on Ferdinand the Minotaur. Got the pal here. Gonna try to keep Ferdinand on that sideline if he can at all help it. And now the blitz on the blodger. Got the pal he was looking for. Can he get the 8+? It looks like he did. Got a great stun out of it. That's one more turn. He doesn't have to worry about that pesky Skaven. Crocs is going to stand back up, marking these two big guys. No fear in Richard Attenborough. He says you should see some directors I've worked with. I think I'm scared of a rat ogre. Please, please. Advances the ball to the 24-yard line. Indeed, he's going to try to stall this out. If you're new to the game of Blood Bowl, generally speaking, you will see games end 2-1 or 1-0 or 2-0. Somebody's gonna have the ball in the first half of the game. Ultimately, to win games, you need to score touchdowns. You need to prevent your opponent from scoring touchdowns. How do you prevent them from scoring touchdowns? You don't give them the ball, right? This isn't like gridiron football where there's 4 downs. If you are in possession of the ball, you are in possession of the ball for however long you can hold on to the ball for the half. So if you're on offense in the first half, your goal is to not give this ball back to the opponent until turn 8. They'll have give them the bare minimum amount of time they're going to have with this ball, and then you score 1-0. Or if you're the defense, you stop them from scoring or force them to score early enough where you can score back. So the offense wants to be in the lead. The offense of the first half wants to be in the lead. The defense of the first half wants to be tied. And that's because the defense will then have their go, and they're going to do the exact same thing in the second half. So they're going to try to hold on to that ball for the entire duration of the half, and if it is a tie game, they will win. So you'll often see strategies revolve around trying to hold on to this ball for as long as possible. Nick Satan electing to stall near the end zone. What that means is he's going to have to fight each one of these turns in order to stay on the pitch. It's all right. 79 says, or another strategy is just maim the opponent's team until that coach concedes. 30 seconds left on the clock. We're going to turn 5 for the Juggernauts. No rerolls for either coach this half. Got to push on the blitz. One die block. It's going to be a turnover here. Rolled into a skull. Man, you walk up on Sam Jackson with one die? Are you crazy, Boris? That's Nick Fury. Are you crazy? Remember, there is a human lineman in this spot right here. Cenozoic Park feeling a little pressure here. Nick Satan taking his time here in turn 6, trying to decide if he wants to score or how he can cage up and stall for a couple more turns here. Walmart Death Machine, Boot Polish asks, yeah, Nick Satan won Season 1 with Walmart Death Machine, a Chaos team. 2-die block on Jeff Goldblum, or by Jeff Goldblum. This will be a pal, breaks armor, gets a stun. Pulls in another Saurus here to try to protect this skink. Trevor Morgan is a blodger, so only a pal is going to knock down this skink if a block is obtained on the ball carrier at all. 2-die block now against Tom Zarek, everybody's favorite space president. Love that. Tom Zarek warps into place. Only a Cylon behaves that way. "12 seconds left on the clock. Sam Neill's going to move forward. Here comes the foul with the sneaky get. Got the KO. Did not get called off the pitch. Well done by Nick Satan. Took the foul with the sneaky get. Got the removal. That's what he's there for. Turn 6 for the Juggernauts now. No rerolls left. Repositions Grendel, the number 2 ogre. We'll take the 2 die on the Crocs here. We'll get the knockdown. Trying to remove the Crocs from this game. Gets a stun. Doesn't really get a whole lot out of that. See if he pulls this orc back into the play here. Two-die block on Sam Jackson, gets a push. My goodness, Tom Zarek is being all Cylon today. What was that? Two-die stand-up blitz here by Ferdinand against Sam Neill, the number 3 Saurus blocker behind the ball carrier. Pushes into a follow-up here, gets another push. One-die block on Ralph. I'm sorry, by Ralph on Sam Neill. This time, he's going to knock down Sam Neill, and the human's going to break armor this time. Gets a stun. Turn 7 now for Cenozoic Park. He's just going to score. All right. He's going to give 2 turns to this opposing team. 1-0 the score. Well done by Nick Satan. Got back. No KOs. Juggernauts are going to get back both their KOs, including the Skaven player. BB Nuts says AB 10 plus is a lie. See, it's not a lie. It's completely true. They just don't tell you it's in binary. Three-man defensive line here for the Juggernauts. They're setting up in a what would you call this? 3-3? 3-2? All 3 skinks back in the safety position. I'd argue Sam Jackson is a safety as well. We'll call him the strong safety. Very wide defensive line. 2 Sarses up in the proper linebacker position. 3-man offensive line here for the Juggernauts. Seven-man line now. That's right. That's right. The safety is the guy on the defense who stays safe. Pulling the wide end out of the right wide zone. Now pulling that left receiver, that left wide end, Tom Zarek, off the line of scrimmage as well. All right, 5-man offensive line for Cenozoic Park. 2 turns to score. I'm sorry, 5-man offensive line for the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. 2 turns to score. They can do it. Shallow kick. Boy, it's a high kick. He'll be able to catch this now. He's going to want to put this in the hands of the Plague. There he is. Failed to catch. Scary reception there. Could have gone out of bounds, but nope. Scatters to the 2. Turn 7 now for the Juggernauts. With no rerolls, the odds of everything are dramatically different. The Juggernauts need to be careful with their action order, and they need to make sure that every action counts if they want to try to score. They've sent Tom Zarek down the pitch, now on the opposing 10-yard line in the left wide zone. The number 5 lineman follows up behind. Looks like he's going to try to set up a half cage on the 6, maybe the 8. Failed the animal savagery roll with Rizzo. Beats up on Adelbert Legs, the number 8 human lineman, before beating up on Laura Dern, but can't break her armor. Two-die block over on the right side. Gets a pal. Remember, he has no option but to follow up with that Minotaur due to frenzy. Seven seconds left on the clock. Juggernauts back into bonus time. They have 5:24 on the bonus clock. Good pickup with that Skaven Blodger. It advances to the 8-yard line in the left wide zone. It's going to have a gaggle of lizards to deal with on turn 8. Took a 1 die on Sam Neal here. Did have the block skill. Just looking for a knockdown. I would have been okay with the mark. Turn 8 now for Cenozoic Park. Final turn for this team in this half. And GG Larry, welcome to the stream. Are lizards real? Doug Minotaur asks, does he have enough movement? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's two GFI, or excuse me, 2 rushes away from scoring. 2-die blitz on Tom Zarek. He'll get the knockdown here, thanks to the block skill. And now he can mark the ball carrier if he wants to rush. But now it's 2 rushes. He'll probably take 1 rush. Well, no, he can leave him here if he wants. I'll leave Saurus where he is. Gets Trevor Morgan into position, trying to cover that sideline. So now it's 3 dodges on the straight shot. 4 dodges now on the straight shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two-die block back at the line of scrimmage for Cenozoic Park. Will get a push on Last Dance, the number 12 Orc. That Orc has animosity towards all of his teammates. He thinks he's too good. He thinks he's too good for them. And yet no other team will have him, so here he is. Two-die block now. Gets Pal and Boris. Number 9 human lineman gets a knockdown. Looking for SPP here. Final turn of this first half. The Juggernauts have their work cut out for them. I'm not sure they have any other option here other than blitzing one of these guys and then just praying a nuffle. Wow, taking die rolls first. No rerolls left. Oh! took the die roll with the Rat Ogre. Frenzy follow-up into a 2-dive push. Boy, rolling dice. Rolling dice. Oh, scary stuff. He's rolling dice without a reroll. Got a pal. Looking for that SPP before going for the score. And there it is. The double skulls. He's not going to get an opportunity to score here. Tempted fate a bit too much here. Didn't work out. That'll be the end of the half. 1-0. The Cenozoic Park is going to be in the lead here. The Juxtaposed Juggernauts will be on offense. Likely playing for the tie at this point. Cenozoic Park's going to get back that KO'd Saurus. That KO'd Saurus. Three-man defensive line for Cenozoic Park. Really shallow defense by Cenozoic Park here. They're not too worried about the passing game. They know they've got the speed advantage against this Skaven Blodger. Six-player line for the Juggernauts. Strong on the left here with Ralph, the tight end. Shifted this line to the right, pulling off that left tackle. Boris is going into the back position, as is Ralph, but now he needs to put one more player on the line of scrimmage here. A legal setup for the kickoff is you have to have 3 players right here in one of these 3 of these 7 spaces. You can have a maximum of 2 players in either wide zone. And you have to field up to 11 players you have to field 11 players if at all possible. Another important point if you're new to the game of Blood Bowl is if you have a kicker, you cannot put your kicker on the line of scrimmage or in the wide zones. Well, you can, but then you won't be able to kick the ball. Peter says, I'm probably irrationally afraid of being fouled. What player? The ghoul? I'll foul your ghoul. I don't think it's irrational. Two back to receive for the Juggernauts. Here's the kick. We've got changing weather, so it's the snow, and you know what that means, don't you? Don't you? Oh boy, we're gonna have emergency rush warnings. There you go. Ball was kicked to the 14 in the left wide zone. The Juggernauts are setting up some protection on that ball first. They'll move all the players that they want to move that have no die rolls involved. Then they'll go after their 2-die skilled blocks, then their 2-die unskilled blocks. So I did. Not only did I code all that up, but I also did all the data entry. So I pulled out the rule book and I did all the skills and all the traits. That's it. I mean, I could do more. I could do more. No, I literally had the book here on my desk. I just typed it all in. Turnover here on the line of scrimmage. Turn 9 now for Cenozoic Park. Von Rue cheering for the offense. Von Rue and SP Beaver, thank you very much for the bits. Not only did I write it by hand, but or do the data entry by hand, but the Twitch API has limits on the size of messages. So like for the more complex skills and traits, I had to like figure out a way to reword it so that it still made sense and fit within the string limitations. Old Gamer Mike asks, Cenozoic Park had a bye in the first week. They did indeed. 2-die blitz now. And Tom Zarek got the POW. The follow up, and now a mark on the ball by Cenozoic Park. Cenozoic Park pressuring this ball here in turn 1 after what was effectively a null turn by Warhorse. But I mean, it wasn't a null turn. He was able to reposition a few players. There are some skills, man, that are like 4 paragraphs long. Turn 10 now for Juxtaposed Juggernauts. Juxtaposed Juggernauts are on offense here, but now they're finding themselves on the back foot. They're going to need a way to find a way to secure this ball. They do not have to pick it up, but they do need to fight for it. Get these lizards back, push them away, get some protection around the ball, and then secure it to try to score in a later turn. Juggernauts really considering their options here. They're down to 1 minute 10 seconds on the turn clock. They've advanced. Who is this guy? Volker, the number 6 lineman, up to the line of scrimmage on the right side here. Not sure what the plan there is. I guess he was the fodder. He's the fodder for the Rat Ogre. What's the plan for the ball? Takes 2-die block at the line. This is a problem. I imagine he's gonna spend the reroll here, but then he's gotta get through Loner. Oh, and he did it! The double pals! Wow! You know what? If you've gotta spend a reroll, that's worth it. Boy, Nuffle was kind there. Spent the reroll after rolling double skulls. Was able to break armor and removed Osiris. Well done. And Rat Ogre is going to get a stun after the blitz. Whoa, going for the ball pickup? 50-50 ball pickup. Spends the final reroll. And graciously puts the ball in the hands of Sam Neill. We were talking about how Cenozoic Park needs to get the SPP for the block skill on these blockers. Boy. Wow. Went for the 50-50 pickup. The reroll made that a 75%. Failed it a second time. Not only is out of rerolls, but the ball bounced into the hands of Sam Neill, the number 3 Saurus. Oh boy. Two dive blocked by Sam Neill, the ball carrier. Get a push out of this. Under a minute to go in turn 10. One die block coming back on Lara Dern currently. Boy, what are the weather patterns like in the old world where you can go from a nice day that's like 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 degrees Celsius, and now it's suddenly a blizzard. Good stun here on Adalbert Legs, Legs Adalbert, the number 8 lineman. He was around mid-pitch. Really just trying to take out anybody else who can get back in on this ball. Tark79 says, are there any teams where more than 3 rerolls are not considered bloat? I would say it was very different in the old rule set in the LRB6. I would say in this rule set, BB 2020, Ogres probably would like more than 3 rerolls. Double Pals. Knocks down Last Dance. That Renegade Orc. Turn 11 now for the Juggernauts. Yeah, I think Vamps is another one. Move. Welcome to the stream. The problem with having so many rerolls, right? It's just like anything in any game ever, right? Your resources are costing you something. And so you want that cost to translate into some sort of benefit. And when you have a lot of rerolls just to feel comfortable, you're giving up all that TV to your opponent. And your opponent could be turning that money that you paid for into their benefit. So you really have to be careful. T reroll's cost is petty cash, my friend. One die block here on Lara Dern, got the PAL. Follows up and has another mark on the ball carrier now. Now has had the 2 die over it. Or no, I'm sorry, now has the 2 die with the Blodger Skaven. Gonna make it a blitz to try to recover this ball, but that'll work out. No movement. Where's the ball gonna scatter? Boy, Nuffle. I was gonna say Nuffle's got a sense of humor. Ball's gonna scatter onto that left sideline. It's on the 10-yard line. 14 seconds left in the turn. 4 minutes, 26 seconds left on the bonus clock, but no rerolls left for the Juggernauts. 3+ pickup. Works out. He's able to recover this ball and move it back to be as safe as he can. Oh boy, this guy. Failed the animal savagery roll. That hurts. He's lost those tackle zones here. Two-die block on Richard Attenborough. We get a push. Frenzy follow-up into a skull. Yeah. Rolling these dice with these big guys. It can be a real tricky calculus to know when to roll those dice and when not to. I think it would have been better served with the marks. Maybe the Minotaur blitz was fine. Losing this tackle zone on Sam Jackson, not fine. But boy, look at the look at the bravery, taking that rush in the blizzard. He says, "You know what? Skaven cleats, baby, Skaven cleats," otherwise known as toenails. Boot polish with a significant tactical advice there to S. Beaver. He says, make sure that you give the human team enough SPP to pick up Griff Overold because he's everyone's hero and champion. Good advice, Boot Polish. Good advice. I couldn't have said it better myself. Turn 11, Cenozoic Park, repositioning players before they go after this ball. Here it is, two-die blitz. Doesn't have this. Oh, he does have the skill. Goes for both rounds. Oh, re-roll it. I think he's going to re-roll this. He does. Re-rolled into a both down result. Or both standing result, I should say. So now Cenozoic Park's job is to make sure this ball doesn't move. Cenozoic Park down to one re-roll. Failed the 3+ dodge here. Ooh. What call does he make? There we go. I think it's all fixed now. Oh, boy. Yeah, sorry about that. Every now and again, my peripherals die. It's some sort of bug in either the peripheral software. I think it's in the software. I don't think it's in the driver. In the drivers, I should say. And I finally figured out how to fix it, but it takes a little minute. So, sorry about that. I also know what triggers it now, too, and I need to be more careful. Anyhow, turn 12 for the Juxtaposed Juggernauts. They currently have the ball on their own 14-yard line in the left wide zone. Frenzy follow-up here with Rather. Gets a pow! Breaks armor on the Crocs! Gets a stun. Think about that stun, right? That stun is a lost turn, but also could very well be a lost second turn because it costs 3 MA to stand up. The Crocs has 6 MA. That means half its movement will be lost on that turn that it returns to active duty, so to speak. Gets a push on Sam Jackson. Frees up the ball carrier with the blitz. But where's he going to go to keep this ball carrier safe? Tucks the ball carrier behind Rizzo, the Rat Ogre. And now a 2-die block on BD Wong will get double pals out of this. Looking for 10+, 9+ with Mighty Blow, but doesn't get it. Rolls just shy. Juggernauts down to 3 minutes, 13 seconds on the bonus clock. Trying to 3+ dodge, just sort of flipped over. Boris falls over. Fair enough. Turn 12, final turn of the third quarter here for Cenozoic Park. Oh yes, I smell. But what it didn't tell you is that I smell lovely. Two-die block on Tom Zarek. Old Cylon. Actually, he's not a Cylon. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. Don't they? Are they like, oh man, he's just so smelly. Under a minute to go here for Cenozoic Park. Trying to figure out how to get this defense back into position to try to stop the score. You're going to take a two-die block on Ralph, the number 4 lineman. We'll get a push out of this. Into a one-die block on Icor. Gets a push. Not as risky as it seemed. You don't want to be taking them all the time, but that it's not a bad block there. Had the block skill. No rerolls for either team now. Your action order changes significantly. Your die rolls change significantly. One die blitz into a POW on the ball carrier. Needed the POW. Got the POW. And breaks armor with that skink as well to add insult to injury. The ball's... Where is the ball? There it is. It's under the Crocs. Two dodges to a one-die blitz. Got the POW on that blodger. Got a great stun out of this as well. The ball now loose on the 10-yard line, on the Juggernauts' own 10-yard line. And there are 2 lizards standing next to that ball. 6s do solve all problems. Rat Ogre triple die blitz gets a POW on Ty Simpkins. 7+ to break armor. Pushes on to the ball. the audacity of that Rat Ogre to try to catch the ball. Ball is now bounced back to the 14. Hard fought ball, but the Juggernauts really need to get this ball captured and start moving down pitch. It's free, but unfortunately their fastest player is stunned. Turn 13 stunned, turn 14 will have 4 MA. Takes a one-die over in the left wide zone against Wayne Knight, gets a POW out of this. Another armor break? Are you kidding me? Gets a stun here, well done. Got through that 10+ armor. Got the 2-die against Sam Jackson, gets a push. So he'll try this block again. Goalkeeper Mike asks, what happens if the big guy has the ball and fails to roll to use them? Do they drop it? They do not. Nope, they'll just hang on to it. Fourth quarter begins. I'm sorry, the fourth quarter has begun. And now it's turn 3 back to Cenozoic Park. Failed the boneheaded roll on the Crocs. Really couldn't afford to lose that roll. Snowy, blustery day here. Cenozoic Park currently in the lead 1-0. Good dodge away from the prehensile tail of the Rat Ogre. Every one of these die rolls is scary without the reroll. Well, oh boy. Yeah, good point, Moob. Yeah, that Crocs was the blitz. So the blitz, you can only blitz once a turn. Couldn't activate the Crocs and lost the blitz because you have to declare the blitz with your player first before activating them. Turn 14, back to the Juggernauts. If Cenozoic Park wins this game 1-0, they'll advance into 5th place. This is their first game played. They had a bye in week number 1. If they win it 2-0, they will advance into 3rd place. No, they'll advance into 4th place. No, they'll advance into 3rd place. 3-die blitz. Gets a dodge push on Ariana Richards here. We got a frenzy follow-up. Another 3-die frenzy follow-up here into another... Oh no, get the knockdown. Good removal. We say this time and time again, and I'm going to keep saying it, particularly for people that are new to the game or fresh to the game. If you're new to the game, you see a lot of die rolling. You say, oh, it's a game of luck. It is not. It is. It's a game that's very rich, full of strategy and tactics, but luck mitigation is a big part of the game as well. And because you're not rolling, you're not rolling 18 dice like in 40K or something. Like you're rolling 1d6 usually. And so the difference between rolling a d6 once and a d6 twice can be very, very significant. So your rerolls are very important to this game. And you need to know, you need to not just have them, but you need to know when to spend them and when to hold on to them. Because again, the example I always use is the 50-50. It's easy to understand, right? A 4+ is a 50-50. You know, if you have equal odds of failing or succeeding. A die roll can turn that into a 75% chance. Right? Now you're 3 times as likely to succeed than fail. Failed pickup by the Blodger. Juggernauts running out of time. I think they really need to get somebody down pitch, whether they have the ball or not. Turn 14 for Cenozoic Park. They can keep all this action tied up here. They're fine with that. They're going to win this game if this ball goes nowhere. Oh no, Richard Attenborough. He's done. He's had it. He says, "You know what? I'm cool down here. The snow's beautiful. I'm just going to sit back and relax." Fails the boneheaded roll once more. Was going to remain prone. Blitz on the left side of the pitch is now going to get the knockdown against the number 4 lineman, Ralph. He is cold-blooded. That's very good. He's frozen to the ground. He can't get up. The Minotaur says, no. You spend those rerolls as soon as you get them. There's no guessing involved. Takes a mark on that ball with that strength 4 player, Sam Jackson. Not only strength 4, but has the block skill as well. The block skill not only makes you better as a blocker, it makes you better as a defender. It makes that both down result safe for you. So if you're the blocker, you don't get knocked down. If you're the defender, you don't get knocked down. I heard a skink activation. I don't know where, but I heard it. Turn 15. Penultimate turn for the Juggernauts here. They've got to end this turn in scoring position if they have any hope of winning this game. Or drawing this game, I should say. Old Gamer Mike says, it seems like there's less kickoff rerolls. That is true. It used to be that brilliant coaching and cheering fans would both give you rerolls. That's not the case anymore. Brilliant coaching still does, but cheering fans gives you a roll on the new prayers to Nuffle table. 2-die block for the Juggernauts against Laura Dern. They get the push. Is this the player? Oh, this is the furthest down player. Can anybody else? 6-1-2. 6-1-2. He can just barely do it with Icor. Icor? No! No! Oh, moved Icor down to get the assist on the block. It's gonna leave it up to Ferdinand. Ferdinand's the only one who can pull this off. I believe in you, Ferdinand. I believe in you. Well, at first I believe in Nuffle, but then I believe in you. 2-die block on the right side of the ball. This is by the Ogre on BD Wong. Get the push here. Is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can make it. He can make it. Tried to pick a ball up, failed to pick up. That is going to be the end of the turn. And Cenozoic Park going to win this one at least 1-0. They're going to try to make it 2-0. Hard fought game here in the second half. Hard fought game all around by both coaches. Cenozoic Park, or Nick Satan rather, again, the season 1 champion. War Horseman has been playing in the league for a while now. Been having success. I think he played a pretty successful Lizard team last season. Trying out Chaos Renegades now here in season 4. 2-die block on Bars. Just looking for some SPP here. Double pals on Volker, looking for the 9+. Oh, get out of town! Get out of town! How dare you! Cenozoic Park's going to increase their lead 2-0. That was a 5+, wasn't it? Let's see. Oh. Oh, well done. (2-0) ball game. There'll be one turn left of this game. Turn 16 for the Juggernauts, and then back to Cenozoic Park. Let's see that again. Let's see. This is Nick Satan putting the fear in everyone else. He says, watch out, because look what I can do. Look what I can do. Boot Bob says Nick shouldn't be allowed any elf team. Moop says 5+ pickup, 4+ dodge, 3+ dodge. No rerolls, no problem. Nick's just sad that he didn't have to do 2 blizzard rushes. All the skinks off the pitch, other than one, Ty Simpkins, the sneaky git, will be playing free safety here. 7 on the line for the Juggernauts. They're going to get one final turn at this unless there's a timeout. An officious ref doesn't. He's cool though. No, he's not. Sam Neill is sent off. All right. Cool. Whatever. Boy, what a mean ref. He's like, look, who do you think you are? Get off the pitch. Oh, sure. Boy, it's amazing. Nobody has died yet this game. 3-die frenzy push here to a 2-die. It's going to get the knockdown on Laura Dern. Doesn't break armor. Boot polish working out the math. He's like, look, rushes failed 900% of the time, but maybe a blizzard rush is only 33%. Do I block on the right side? Take the both down. Do it. Take the both down result. Gets a push out of this. Continue to take the blocks. Turn 16. He'll probably pass with the plague here. Try to get that extra SPP. Down under, Mike, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Successful quick pass on this Skaven player will bring that SPP up to 6. Three plus pickup works out. Go for the pass. Good pass to get that extra point of SPP. Good presence of mind there by War Horseman to pick up SPP where he could. He's just showing off. Sends the ball carrier down pitch to Mark Ty Simpkins. Down under, Mike. He says, I paint minis for a living, so having some BB on to watch while I work is perfect. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, the game's over soon, but there's plenty more to come. I love seeing. That's one of my favorite parts of miniature game. I mean, I like the games as well, but like the artistry that goes into it and seeing some of the really cool stuff people paint up is one of my favorite parts of miniatures gaming. Fails the boneheaded roll on the Crocs yet again. Richard Attenborough's like, I told you I was done. Why are you setting me up here? I told you I'm done. Yeah, a new week will begin tomorrow, and plenty of more weeks left in the competition. Plenty more left in the season. 2-die block on Volker. Can he break armor? And that's the end of the game. Cenozoic Park's going to win this one 2-0. Mike says I'm in New Zealand, so it's 1:45 here, but 1:45 p.m., 13:45. But I get most of my painting done in the morning, so we'll be back. We're glad to have you. And that is going to be the end of the game. The Cenozoic Park. Cenozoic Park's going to win this one 2-0. And winning 2-0 has advanced them into third place here in Division A with their first win. Again, they had a bye in week number 1. So that concludes week 2. After week 2, Dead Fred's Real American Heroes in first place. The Dark Elf team 1-1-0. Dead Poets by S. Beaver, an Undead team 1-1-0. They're in second place, and Nick Satan's Cenozoic Park. A Lizard team in third place, currently undefeated at 1-0-0. And in Division B, league champion Doug the Minotaur and his White Skull Windbreakers currently tied for first with Mr. Yuck Venger's Nurgle team. 1-1-0 is their record. And Eric's Alphitus Australis, a Wood Elf team. Yay, Wood Elves! I mean, congratulations to everyone! They're in third place. 1-1-0 is their record. And that's going to do it for week 2. When week 3 gets scheduled, week 3 will begin tomorrow, and coaches will begin scheduling their games. There's 9 weeks in regular play here in the Spike Magazine Trophy before they cut the top 4. The top 4 is a single elimination bracket, and then after that we'll have the Dungeon Bowl. If you want to play with us, let me know. Hang out on our Discord. Just give me a shout and chat, whatever you like to do. Say, hey, I'd like to play in the Dungeon Bowl, and we'll make sure we get you set up. But plenty more action here in the Spike Magazine Trophy. Week 3 coming up starts tomorrow. Coaches will begin scheduling their games tomorrow, and when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game is so much fun. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and you can play it in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until week 3 begins in maybe as soon as one day, we'll see. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. Play Blood Bowl!